Hey, well, guys, I am back with another video. It's been a while, basically, really. As you notice, I just uploaded, yesterday, some older videos from my animation channel. I decided to move them here, so I downloaded them before deleting them off my main channel. Not my channel, well, the animation channel, because I'm abandoning that to cover live action adaptations of cartoons, or vice versa, like TV show adaptations of movies. If they're animated as animated adaptations though. Something like Real Ghostbusters, the Back to the Future cartoon, Beetlejuice cartoon, etc. You get my point. Anyway, separate that. I also plan to cover love. I plan to cover a lot of adult comedy on this channel. I covered the latest seasons of stuff. Season 14, the Killing Hill revival came out. I've never seen Killing Hill, but now you can watch all of it on Disney Plus, which you couldn't before recently. Because when I checked Just Watch, which helps you get information on what's available in your country on streaming services, you look up. Whilst I looked it up, it did not say Killing Hill was available here. But now it is available there on Disney Plus. Go fig. So yeah. So I plan to. So for me, I plan to watch some episodes of Killing the Hill or watching season 14. Not do season reviews. Just watch some episodes, just to see if I can get into it. As the game was also created by Mike Judge, who created Beavis and Butthead. I didn't create it. He has some role in the Daria series, which is a spin-off of Beavis and Butthead, which is iconic in its own right with an upcoming remake, the current series focusing on Jodie. But it's quite different. We don't know if it's still happening yet after. I don't know. Since the original cartoon aired on MTV, music television. It's pretty cool that MTV was trying to expand their horizons and focus stuff outside of music. But that ended up failing for some reason. It's a shame. And if you know about Beavis and Butthead controversy, I say of course because it's just bullshit. And you probably know what I mean. I'm not explaining this in the video. Anyway, I'm reviewing South Park Bigger, Longer, Uncut, a movie from the 1990s, which is part of the iconic TV show South Park, played by Matt Stone and Trey Parker, was released in 1997. It currently has 27 seasons, with a total of a few specials. Yeah, 2 pandemic specials, which is just being combined to become season 24. But I may cover those as separate specials. So those technically are those are specials, but we have special events with the pandemics, the post-pandemic ones. Streaming wars. Into the Pandaverse, End of Obesity, and Not Suitable for Children, which at the time of recording is the last special event released. And the special event was due to a loophole in the contract. I reckon just look it up online, or many YouTubers talk about it. And YouTube, if you were interested, if you want some recommendations for YouTubers covering these types of stuff, adult animation, or other kinds of content, I recommend there's some YouTubers to subscribe to. The main ones I recommend is Blooms and Johnny Two Channels. They have their content. Blooms is mainly a South Park YouTuber. So if you don't not just in him, there's another South Park YouTuber I can recommend. armchair analysis. They got great content, great videos. I recommend you go check them out because I just love their content. I watch them all the time now. They're just what inspired me to do this. Watching their content just got me inspired just to do this now. So, yeah. I've had to show off my DVDs some point. Yeah, just to show off my collection. I even rebuy the Star Wars trilogy as separate DVDs. Separate Blu-rays. I already got the complete versions. Separate versions are good thing to own too. Just for collector's sake, for collection. Alright, let's get into this movie. This video gets on more. And of course, Bloom's did a video all about the struggle, mandatory struggles with the MBAA. So I reckon you check that out if you want a lot of context for everything that happens in this movie. But this is kind of newcomer friendly, I think. As if you never watched South Park, you can watch this without knowledge of the show. You get a sense of the character straight away without watching the first few minutes. So that's the end of it. So the film opens up, interestingly enough, with a musical. Like that definitely shocked a lot of people. And people who aren't familiar with South Park will probably sigh with relief. The whole thing, by the way, the whole thing with the MPAA is that the film we rated NC-17. Pumping is they have about 400 curse words. And you know how many curse words are in the film? 399. That's not a joke. There are only 2 songs throughout this entire movie that does not involve swearing. So it's quite a fun film. Anyway, we cut to one of our main characters, Stan Marsh, leading his son as he's on his way to the movies. Going Kenny, who's skipping church to see the movie. Mother warns him that if he skips church, when he dies, he'll be going straight to hell. Kenny's like, the crew Kyle, whose mother tells him to take Ike with him, since she doesn't, because she does not know that they're going to see an R-rated movie. Oops. Alright, Sheila's voice sounds a little off. Love some of the other female characters. That's the reason for that. The original voice actors for these characters ended up passing away a few years after this happened. A few years ago, after I think, I don't know when, can't remember much, but she died, so they were replaced by Mona Marshall. You may know her as Izzy from Digimon. That's the most famous role from Digius. I kind of wish I grew up with Digimon like many kids. I'm serious, I never grew up with it. My introduction to it was for DVDs. I'm not fucking joking. I'll talk more about this when I actually review that on my channel. When I eventually review Digimon Adventure. Because we've got the upcoming Beat Breaker series coming out in October. I just thought it would be a good time to talk. But anyway. And they cook Cartman last. Yourself up on, you know she does catchphrases. What? I got. I noticed that a lot of the male parent, a lot of the dad males, basically the parents and stuff, take a bit, don't do much. Randy does not have that many lines in this film. He's one of the most iconic characters now. I know he wasn't back then, but he doesn't have that many lines. It's literally the mothers with the most lines in the film. It's very funny to think about. I still find a little off to see Sharon's old design where when she's the blank expression scenes, she does not have eyebrows. It's kind of creepy. Rennie was like that in early episodes too, but they fixed that straight away. Rennie debuted in the very third episode of the series. Yeah. I should talk about that episode someday. I want to talk about Randy's first appearance in South Park. Anyway, it's the song Ready to See Ashes of Fire, a Terrence and Phillip movie. Because they deny because the film's rated R. So again, we get a fun little joke from Cartman saying, nah, it's great. He doesn't care. Saying, even though he likes Terrence and Phillip, he says the animations are crappy. As we have a few seconds of silence as they walk down the street. I guess Terrence and Phillip is more of an allegory for South Park in the universe. So it's fun they'll jab at themselves. And he uses this paper cutout style animation here. I will even cover the Spirit of Christmas shorts. Well, before the show came out. So anyway, Santa's idea, they pay a homeless man to give them tickets to the film. And he hadn't seen the film. And, well, Terrence and Phillip sing, saying some vulgar language when they do on the show. Which makes sense when you know about films restrictions and stuff, how different it is to TV. Films are getting away with a little more offense, hence why it's specifically in a Simpsons movie showed about junk, when that never happens in the show. Movies restrictions are not as strict as TV when it comes to some events. They're very strict, but you get what I mean. And obviously Yu-Gi-Oh movies being a little more uncensored too. Anyway, so after that, Terrence and Phillip end up breaking into a song, which is very vulgar. I can't remember the lyrics, but I know what the first line's being. Call me this. I'm not really worried though, because I can't get demonetized because I don't have monetization. Such a fucking face, Uncle Fucker. It just a lot of people also discuss it, and that's definitely what people thought about South Park when it debuted in 1997, which is a vulgar cartoon. More. So it's quite funny. But honestly, the film ends. The boys enjoying the film. And that's how Peter swears back at being the swears. Yeah, it's also an idea that make sure children don't watch R-rated films because it does have a effect on their minds. I can understand the age ranges and stuff. You know, what isn't appropriate for children. Okay. I was only able to see 2 episodes of Family Guy because the DVD I got was a Christmas DVD and it was only featured 2 Christmas episodes from seasons 1 and 2. Sorry, let's see it. In seasons 2 and 3. And they were 10 episodes, so they were rated 12. That's why I got to watch them, because I wasn't 15 at the time. Anyway. Anyway, I'll go to this game. This game. Right. All the other kids telling how they saw the Terrence and Phillip movie. It's just so weird going back to early South Park when a lot of the like we know more of the other classmates, like basically other members of their class. So it's so weird going back to this when it really developed. And the character that most lines in this early day South Park was Clyde. I thought it was a character. And some little visual joke, visual stuff for for one character that ends up being really accurate for his personality. Yeah. Butters and Pip. You see both Butters and Pip. And Pip is the most unlikable character. This is why he got killed off a few years later. But thank God he doesn't have a single line in this movie. Yes, Butters. He always says, ooh. I think this is Lee's doing season 2 or season 3. I don't know what season this is Lee's doing. I think season 3. I think it's released in 1999. But anyway. No. Stan's once again going over Wendy. Wendy Tetzberger. I can't remember how she is now. I don't know, she didn't. Well, I think she didn't really have much of a personality back in the day. She was just a love interest with a slight edge in one episode. But she just did to be Stan's love interest. Well, ew! Oh, hey Stan! All that shit. So I kind of like her modern self now. I didn't like the modern voice at first compared to the original, but I changed my opinion on that. Times change, you know. So I put modern Wendy a little better because she actually is more of a character now. I some people also like the original Wendy. That's just my opinion. If you like the original Wendy, that's fine. It's your opinion. I'm not saying you shouldn't like her. I'm just saying. Just give my own thoughts. So yeah, everyone gets excited to see the film. And Stan has to deal with a sort of love triangle with a new kid named Gregory. He's from a posh graduate from a posh school. Well, not really, actually, but still. I'm not going to explain any of the running gags from the show because you'll just have to watch the show or watch compilations. But Stan being sick is one of them, and another is, well, we'll get there. So yeah, next day at school, everyone's seen the film, and they can't stop singing. Of course, when Mr. Garrison comes in, they stop. So Garrison teaches. Carmen ended up ruining the whole thing when he started mocking Kyle again. As you know, usually, shut up, fat ass. I'm not fat, I'm big boned. Well, he doesn't say that this time. See? I'm not fat, you fucking Jew. So that's nice. And the older boy starts saying fuck. And, well, Carmen makes it worse when he tells Mr. Garrison to suck his balls. So, yeah, a little visual cameo from Craig as he's outside the counselor's office. That is very, very common for his character. As he goes, in one episode, he's flipping off Mr. Mackey. So it's really accurate to his character. It's like, it's pretty fascinating that Matt got his character down straight away early on as being a troublemaker. Now. So yeah, Mr. Mackey questions the boys where they learned that language. And he says he's called their parents. Kyle's obviously scared. This is mostly Carter's fault though, for mocking Kyle. So why are they taking this long? Why did they just take this long to notice the boy swearing? This idea technically has already been... some elements of this movie has already been done in an episode. But it's something on repeat, and they do it more extravagant here. So I'm not complaining, I'm just saying. They swear a lot in school though, so I don't know why the teachers are now catching them and doing swearing in class. It's quite funny. Anyway, boys. Their parents come in first. Questioning them. Animal comments also means because he doesn't want to get in trouble. So the other yeah, it's not been good for them. But of course, goes bar and a PTA meeting in later. Yeah. As the boys are very depressed, sad about the situation. Let's go for some lunch in the cafeteria. The usual. Hey, chef. Never been. By the way, I actually want to cover Chef's last episode in the series. We're talking about recent stuff that's been discovered about Isaac Hayes' voice actor, about about why he left, but the issue of why he left and stuff. We know that. If you know that, you understand what I'm talking about. But it's best to talk about in that final episode because it's more thematic to talk about what's been revealed recently. Anyway, so after that, sorry. No. The usual where's my chef? I mean, Santa's asking what I about and the widow about Wendy and stuff. And the chef ends up standing breaking the sun. I'm gonna make love to you, woman. I think that's the lyrics. I don't know. It's funny. So Stan. So. So chef after this, that you should look for the clitoris. I have no fucking clue what a clitoris is, really. But it seems like it'd be offensive. I don't know what it is. Please let me know in the comments down below if you actually do. Might forget to look it up, guys. So, yeah, the boys go look. A PTA meeting. The parents, as Sheila has been to blame on the torture of the children on Canada. As we get our next song, Blame Canada. It's a goddamn catchy song. So, and that's kind of how a lot of people react. They blame the show. They use the show as a scapegoat, for someone else, for them being irresponsible. It was the whole Beavis and Butthead incident that happened prior. But you know, because that was really fake. And that's really hurt the boy. So, yeah, the parents start Warrior's character. Well, the boys are getting put in a therapy session to fix them, so fix their swearing. So Mr. Mackey ends up breaking up with his son Guy. I'll have him stop them swearing. And then he lets them go for the day. And he don't work on themselves. That goes me after they go see the movie again. I see visual camera from a character called Damien. So he appeared in season 1. He was in season 1 because it's kind of complicated. It's never even brought up in this movie. So I did that. Colin coming out of argument. As Cartman bets Kenny $30, I think. I don't know. That he can't light his whole part on fire. Skinny tries. He maybe sets himself on fire. And we get the iconic line, "Oh my god, you killed oh my god, they killed Kenny! You bastards!" Yeah, it shows big much running gags. There's a whole coalition of it on YouTube. How does someone's gruesome death always becomes so comedic? "Oh my god, they killed Kenny! You bastards!" So Kenny's rushed to the hospital. Not a pass about out. Well, Kenny ends up dying because the doctors and nurses are complete idiots. As he accidentally replaces his heart with a baked potato. So Kenny dies. And they see the line again saying, "Oh my god, they killed Kenny! You bastards!" Say it twice in a few minutes. That's rare for the show. They never say it that many times in one episode. There was even one time Cartman actually said it himself. "Oh my god, they killed Kenny." I'm not kidding, Cartman once said that. I feel bad for that boy every day. He gets killed every single episode. I mean, but ends up a psychological effect on him later seasons. I'm not kidding about that either. So anyway. So, yeah, that's one. The boys are punished. But as now, it's going crazy. I said, like to do all that stuff just to protect the children. Well, Kenny ends up in hell. We won't talk about that for a bit. Yeah, the boys that grew up, all did. Yes, well, that night on the Conan O'Brien show, which the boys ended up watching on TV, as Mothers Against Canada, as they're going by, makes a civil wrestling against Terrence and Phillip. Conan O'Brien regretted what he did and commits suicide. When I realized Conan O'Brien was actually worked on The Simpsons prior to us getting his own show. Yeah, that's true. And most recent season, and he appeared in the most recent season, and he appeared in the finale. Not the finale. Which wasn't really the finale. It was a whole joke on the finale things. Because I'm sure the Simpsons actually get a better ending when it does eventually end. When we're all dead. Oh god. So anyway. So yeah, that's not bad. As the president, basically, Holland tells the president cost. They basically is Holland. I'm at the union meeting. And the Canadian, basically, Canadian president. We also had a TV argument. We missed of TV programs in Canada and Sheila. Anyway, the Prime Minister of Canada is pissed about it. They don't have the right to do it. But America says, "Fuck Canada." They're not giving them back. And then Lauren Howard saying "but," ends up pissing them off as they basically declare war on America. As they do, as they bomb the Baldwins. Nah, John Owen missed them anyway. The only one I'm familiar with is Alec Baldwin. Eyeball was the only one for there. I'm familiar with. So basically now America and Canada in the war. Sounds like we held as hostages, war criminals. Well, Kenny exploring hell ends up coming across Satan again, who hasn't made an appearance since season 1, I think. I don't think he's. So yeah, last time made appearance was in the episode, which I think had Damien in it. So anyway, and turns out Satan is ends up dating is gay, which makes sense because some religious households being gay is a sin. So having Satan being gay, it makes a lot of sense. We like to have a joke in religion. And who was his partner? Saddam Hussein, infamous criminal. He was very infamous at the time. And well, he's dead. He was still alive when this movie came out. And there was a rumor that said, after he was captured, he was shown this movie and actually laughed at it. He even sent a man a letter, I think it was a letter or something, saying how much he enjoyed it. That's kind of funny. When an evil guy, someone's evil name, enjoys so a mockery of him. So, even someone that bad can have a sense of humour. Bit of respect for that. If it is true, I think it is, I'm not sure. So yeah, he's Satan dated, but since Saddam is only not really that interested in Satan. So it seems their relationship's not really that great. I just went there to 3 Kenny scenes about all in hell for all the movie. Situation. I was actually at school to put objects we discussed. And well, you see, Kyle has a pin the blame on Sheila, which makes sense. And well, throughout some scenes, Kyle has that calling her a bitch. And Kyle hates it. And he's commented to start a song that actually predated this movie, as appearing at the Christmas episode. And it's Kyle smells a big fat beach. That first appeared in a Christmas episode featuring the first appearance of Mr. Hanky. You didn't want to know who Mr. Hanky is, unless you want to watch the show. I recommend you just watch the show for that. Because I'm not going to tell you who he is. I just want you to be surprised with that. It's always iconic theme song. One of the iconic songs ever. And for the 25th anniversary, he did an orchestra version. I'm impressed with Man Trey's vocal range. I was able to sing as more than one character. That's really impressive. Give him credit for that. Anyway, Sheila is in this, and well, Macy in the next PTA meeting. Aside this, stores a type of chip in Cotman's head that basically shocks him every time he does any profanity. Right. The mother gets a character, awesome. But has to execute him at a coming US show. But has to execute films at a coming show. Saying his parents Saddam. Basically, when the blood begins to fall, when their blood, Aaron's blood connect onto the ground, hell will reign over the world. Basically, Satan will be overcome to it. So, yeah. Anyway, the boys started to listen about this as they go through bars. Their mothers won't even listen to them because they're going too far in this. But a lot of tells about stuff. And anyone who's Canadian, or Canadian, even though Sheila has an adopted son who's Canadian, Ike. So it's kind of hypocritical. Hypocrite. So they started to form a group. And we get a joke about Cartman's mom as being a dirty slut. I'm not going to say what she was doing in that one, but it's gross. We don't see it, but you know, like. So they call themselves the little assistants. Scott, is it something about that seeing Kenny's ghost? It's brilliant. Kenny trying to warn him, but Cartman's in his mind. Well, Satan, Simon's relationship ends up getting a Disney princess son. Maybe a new one mixed up, but he gets a freaking son like a Disney princess. The second time not to have any swearing in the movie. It's really. That's quite funny. Macy, Kenny tries to give him advice to break up with Saddam. As he says he's going to do it, but Saddam ends up convincing him not to. Typical abusive relationship. So, anyway, they get from the resistance. As Carl was trying to say what he saw, but they weren't believing. As Gregory and Wendy arrive with other members of the resistance. Stan does his best to give a speech, but it's not good. So Gregory is not taking over. They've had to wake him out. So basically, he plans to go down, but Stan volunteers themselves to do it. 3 times for that. Okay. And he says if they need help, they should go after the search for the mole. So they go to. So after Carl hides Ike, they go meet the mole who's just a kid. Who's smoking a cigarette. And it's been growing just because he said bad things about God. So I assume his house very religious. Seeing the plan, he agrees to help him. Always got a fun little ad about army equipment and stuff. It's really good gag. Another gag is that the black people are going to be human shields in this war. Proves how racist the army men are. So by the time for the show, Megan L being one of the performers, Stan and Carl managed to distract him. But the mole ends up failing to free them. And they're being shot. And all dies. Carl shows up the power though, so he managed to do it. But seeing that electrical shock after he swore after trying to pull it down, ended up affecting the chip. Yeah, I say Terrence and Philip. But now war goes out. As Kyle's still defending him. He even gives a speech. His usual speech. Not just want his mum and stuff. But yeah, she won't listen. And she ends up killing in terms of so I'm going to send with Saddam. Powerful. And Saddam's abuse. Satan has enough and doesn't lie here. And basically kills him. So he was alive the whole time or something? I don't know. Yeah. As a thank you, Satan grants Kenny one wish. And Kenny makes a selfless wish. Everything to go back to the world before this war starts, even that means being dead. It's a really good sacrifice. It's really good for his character, and he ends up revealing his face for the first time and speaking, saying, "Goodbye, you guys." Megan Kelly, one of my favorite characters, because how he's the only wholesome person about all of South Park. He's 10 years old, but he's a kind person, good kid. Trying to get more. She knows apologizing for her mistakes in this movie. Everyone's ends up getting a happy ending with a happy ending song. Well, now, Sam managed to find the cleverest with fire. Well, now. And well, here's here we get one of you guys. She says, "Fuck Gregory!" Gregory's never seen again. No, he never appears after this movie. And South Park, bigger, longer, and uncut. A great film. Fun. I did have to rush some of it, sadly. Mainly because I got terrible memory and it's been one a little long. Didn't mean for it to, so I apologise. But you can watch it. The only official streaming service you can officially watch it on here is like Amazon Prime. And maybe YouTube, I don't know. But for Amazon Prime, you have to buy it. So that's kind of annoying. It's not on Paramount Plus for some reason. You only got the entire series on there and the specials. Not the movie though. I don't know why. It kind of bothers me. But yeah, for a while the South Park show, most of the season was removed. Most of the series was removed over Paramount Plus recently, but it's now back on there. All of it, so back and check out. So, but anyway, thank you guys for watching. Enjoy my content. Please hit that button. Want to see more? Subscribe to the channel. Do this video in the future. And I'll see you guys next time for the video, because I do plan to do another South Park review on the vaccination specials and all the special events and the seasons that go in between them. And the recent season 27. Along with other adult comedies to review and more stuff. So I'll be looking forward to that. Do just so thank you. I'll see you guys next time. Cybermaster out.